The call came while I was signing payroll. Unknown number, muted voice, male, confident in a borrowed way. "She's scared of you," he said. "You don't need to keep threatening her." I didn't respond. My pen hovered above the paper, ink trembling, like it sensed something before I did. "Who is this?" I asked. Silence, then a breath. Smug. "The man who actually loves her." The line went dead. Around me, the office hummed, printers breathing, keyboards clicking, money moving the way it always had. Order, structure, control, all of it suddenly felt staged, like a set built around a lie I'd been living inside. I stared at my phone. Abusive. The word echoed, wrong and sharp. It didn't belong to me. I knew that. I'd built my life on restraint, precision. I'd never raised my voice, let alone my hands. At home that night, she kissed my cheek the way she always did, soft, careful, rehearsed. "You look tired," she said. I watched her eyes while she spoke. Not her mouth, never the mouth. Her eyes didn't linger. That's when I knew something was already over. I just didn't know how long I'd been dead. The betrayal didn't announce itself. It leaked. A transfer here, a business expense there, accounts thinning like blood loss, slow enough to ignore, fast enough to kill. She said she was helping streamline operations. My company had grown fast. I trusted her with the books. Trusted her because trust was easier than suspicion, because marriage trains you to doubt your instincts. Her phone never left her hand anymore, face down, always face down. At night, she turned away from me in bed, back rigid, like she was protecting something fragile between her shoulder blades. I told myself it was stress. I told myself lies because they were cheaper than the truth. Then I saw the messages by accident. Her laptop was open. A reflection in the screen caught my eye. My name written in someone else's words. "He scares me. He controls everything. I'm trapped." I read them without breathing. She had painted me into a monster for another man to rescue, a narrative so clean it almost impressed me. She wasn't just cheating, she was rewriting reality. And the money, it wasn't missing, it was migrating to him. I didn't confront her. That's the part people never understand. I smiled, I nodded, I kissed her goodnight. I signed documents she slid across the table without reading them because I already had copies. I hired a forensic accountant, quiet, expensive, ruthless. I pulled phone records, IP logs, GPS data. Every step she took away from me left a footprint. She was careless in the way liars always are, convinced emotion makes them invisible. At dinners with friends, she laughed too loudly, overcompensating. I held her hand, steady as ever. Inside, I was building something cold. I watched her meet him once, twice, a dozen times. I never followed too close. Distance keeps clarity intact. He was ordinary. That hurt more than anything. An average man wrapped in borrowed righteousness, fed daily poison about me until he believed himself brave. I let the accounts drain, let the company wobble just enough to look weak. Then I restructured, silently. Every asset shifted back under my name. Every signature she'd forged, documented, time-stamped, logged. I waited. Traps work best when they look like trust. The accountant handed me the report in a sealed folder. I didn't open it right away. I already knew. That night, I placed it on the kitchen table between us. "What's this?" she asked. I poured myself a drink, didn't offer her one. "Open it." She skimmed the first page, then the second. Her hands began to shake by the third. Transfers, dates, amounts, names, his name. She looked up at me, eyes wide, wet. "I can explain." I nodded. "I know." That's when she broke. Not screaming, not denial, just collapse. The kind that comes when someone realizes the story they've been telling has reached its last page. "You ruined my life," she whispered. I watched her carefully. "No," I said. "You invested it poorly." Courtrooms are quiet in a special way. Every sound feels judged. Her lawyer tried to frame me as controlling, abusive, dangerous. The same lies she'd fed her lover now recycled for strangers. Then my lawyer stood. Evidence doesn't raise its voice. Bank records, emails, recorded calls, his testimony, confused, angry, betrayed twice over. When the judge asked her to explain the transfers, she looked at me, begging. I didn't look back. The verdict wasn't dramatic, justice rarely is. It was procedural, methodical, final. She lost everything she'd tried to steal. And him? He wouldn't even meet her eyes. As they led her away, she reached for me. I stepped back, distance, again. People think revenge feels like fire. It doesn't. It feels like silence after noise you didn't realize was constant. I rebuilt the company, cleaner, stronger, alone. Sometimes I think about who I was before, the man who trusted easily, who mistook proximity for loyalty. That man doesn't exist anymore. She taught me something valuable in the end. Monsters aren't born, they're assigned. And I learned how to refuse the role by writing the ending myself.